video, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, the Haslab Marvel Legends Ant-Man. Will it get backed? Will enough people fund it? I'm here to tell you something. Pretty much, you really can't blame your own collectors fans. You can't blame your fellow collectors for this, because granted, if it doesn't get backed, has nothing to do with the fan base. I want to make that perfectly clear. I'm not here to blame anybody that collects action figures for this not funding either at all or as fast as people wanted to. Now, granted, right now, as I'm filming this, we got 4 days left, 9 hours and 48 minutes. And it's currently sitting at 6,403 backers out of 10,000. Okay? So, damn near 20 days already done went by. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, some people are saying, well, you know, they're going to back it at the end. It's going to be towards the end. It's really going to start ramping up. But you got those tiers you got to worry about. You know what I'm saying? And if collectors don't get all of the face plates, I think most or some are going to pretty much back out of it. You know what I mean? And it's sad to see. It really is. Because when this project started, you know what I'm saying, I know certain fans wanted a Giant Man. I mean, we did have a Giant Man before where there was a builder, you know, it was a builder figure and you had to get all the pieces. And right now on eBay, it is currently sitting at the same price as this 25-inch Giant Man. But at the same time, the way Hasbro has been moving for the last year or two, they're only an enemy of themselves. They pretty much hurt themselves with every business decision that they made. It's not the collectors. It's not the fans. You know what I'm saying? When the Sentinel and the Galactus got backed and funded fully, it was because it had 110% of support from the fan base. You need your fellow collectors. You can't dog them. You can't knock them. You can't even really call them shills. You know what I'm saying? Because on both aspects of this, we all are in this together as far as collecting this. Now, me personally, I'm not collecting. I'm not backing Giant Man. I'm going to make that perfectly clear. I was one of the first backers when Hasbro decided to, especially with the Marvel Legends team, decided to do a Haslab. I was one of the first backers on day one to back the Sentinel. You know what I'm saying? And I backed 3 of them. So, to start this whole journey of Marvel Legend collecting Haslabs, I was one of the first OGs. Me. That was me. I backed 3 Sentinels and I'm happily to own 3 Sentinels. That's my collection. That's my taste as far as what I like products from Marvel, as far as the X-Men, and that's my bread and butter. I love the X-Men, you know? But, you know what I'm saying? When the Sentinel first came out, bro, you had, I mean, they got backed quickly. Look at these numbers. 5,801 backers, and they only needed 6,000 for the Sentinel. And people were kind of shiesty on that. People were spooked on that. They're like, I don't know, you know, why are they crowdfunding a project like this? Couldn't they put it on their toy shelves? Heard the same thing over and over again. The same thing that people are hearing now, we heard it back then. I don't know if some collectors got amnesia, but yeah, we heard it before. You know, people were speculating then. But that joint got backed so fast, it shocked Hasbro. Okay, and this is around the time I think the CEO of Hasbro was still alive. You know, sad that he passed away right after this project. But overall, I'm pretty sure that the Marvel Legends team, and including him, you know what I'm saying? I can't think of his name right now. But I'm pretty sure he said, yo, oh, we got it back? Well, throw something else in. You know, this is all an experiment. So they gave us, you know, the tentacles. You know what I'm saying? They gave us not 1, but 2. They gave us an extra figure. Then they gave us another extra figure. And they started having tiers. So we started to see that, you know what I'm saying? Because of the success of us first OG backers who backed the Marvel Legends Haslab, we got tiers. We got incentives on backing a project. And like I said, it got back so fast. 44 days, 11 hours and 16 minutes. Bro, this joint got back immediately because everybody was 110% in on getting a Sentinel. And you only needed 6,000 backers. It was $350, but it was only needed 6,000 backers, bro. So that wasn't a bad move. You know what I mean? as far as like the collector community though, like I said in the beginning, you can't blame your fellow collectors, bro. Either people got it or they don't got it. That's it. You can't get mad at your fellow collectors. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing people say, oh, it's too toxic. It's not toxic. That's just people's opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a person doesn't want to back something, they have their opinions, they have their reasons why, and that's okay. It's their money. They're going to do what they want to do with it. But as far as us collecting community, I'm starting to see that, oh, well, you know, people are calling people toxic, or, you know, they're destroying the fan base. No, they're not. People just have opinions, and if a person wants to back something, throw their money up for it, they're going to do it. Plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? When the project was funded, that waiting time was a problem, though. I'm going to tell you something. From a person who jumped in head first on the first project, I hated waiting. I was like, oh man, is this even going to come? And we were like the test dummies. Truth be told, we were the experiment. Us first OG backers of that Sentinel, bro, we were the test dummies to see, can this fund and will this work? Will the toy community trust us with that amount of money for a whole year? You know what I'm saying? Interest free and all. And on a promise that we might get a Sentinel. But when the Sentinel came through, we got it. We were happy. We were satisfied. Some people bought multiples to sell on the secondary market. It still goes for double the price on the secondary market anyway. But overall, like I said, I was one of the first ones to start this off as far as the Marvel Legends. Me and my fellow collectors, we all 110% agreed that, bro, let's just do it. And we did it. We threw our money up. We didn't even know if it was going to work out. We didn't even know the world was going to end tomorrow. But we knew that we needed a Sentinel in our collection. You know what I'm saying? And after that came Galactus. Now, I didn't back Galactus. I know a lot of my friends who did back Galactus, and I'm happy for them. But I had the Marvel Universe Galactus that had the light up head. It even had the sound effects, the voice box and all, which, man, I wish they put it in that new one. But they didn't, so I was just satisfied with what I have. My little 3/4 inch Silver Surfer just did justice for me. I was happy to have Galactus, you know what I'm saying, on my shelf already. So I didn't need to back it anymore. Like I said, I, including thousands of others, we were one of the first to actually get this Haslab thing off the ground. And you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that we were happy. I'm pretty sure that the Sentinel backers were happy. And then they went on and did the Engine of Vengeance, and then everything just turned upside down from there. Now, not for nothing, I made my memes about it because it was funny, because I'm like, yo, I really didn't see the need to get it. And like I said, I didn't even back Galactus. The only one I backed was the Sentinel, and I backed 3. So they got those $1,000 from me already. They were good money with me from Hasbro. You know what I'm saying? As far as all the other collectors, whatever they wanted to go ahead and back, they could go ahead and back. But I didn't blame them for backing it. You know what I'm saying? I just made my humorous jokes about it. So did everybody else, because people had opinions. But that's not being toxic. So I don't know where this toxic thing come from. But, you know, sizing it up and seeing that on your shelf like that, seeing a big figure like that, I can see why anybody that wants a Giant Man, they want a Giant Man. And they deserve a Giant Man. Just like the people deserve the Haslab Engine of Vengeance. If you wanted that car, you deserve that car. But you got to remember, you need 110% of every collector who collects Marvel Legends in on it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you could try to convince your friends, and you could convince your family, and you could do that. That's okay. That's your opinion. But a person is only going to break their pocket open for money with, you know what I'm saying, for something that they want. And that's just the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? As far as us collectors who have a Galactus or who have a Sentinel, we are happy. We jumped in and we knew that a lot of people wanted it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a safety risk or anything. It wasn't a gamble. It was just like, yo, everybody wants that Haslab, whether it was a Sentinel or whether it was a Galactus. You know what I'm saying? It was 110%. And the only reason why that Engine of Vengeance fails because to me personally, it's not an established character yet. He was only 6 years old, okay? He wasn't like ground rooted in Marvel Comics and had a whole bunch of arcs of memorable stories that the masses would know. You know, they know the old school Ghost Rider, you know what I'm saying? And those are the stories that, you know, people, you know, they pretty much like, they pretty much love. They grew up with those stories, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, as far as this Giant Man, man, like, I don't know what Hasbro can do as far as, you know, juicing it up or making it better. I think just literally today while I'm filming this, they just showed a 3D image prototype of the Wasp. So you're getting a Wasp in the future. But, you know what I'm saying? A lot of collectors, I know there's a lot of like tension going on right now, you know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't be that way, but it is. And the reason why it is because people have opinions about how they collect, what they want to collect. But you can't get mad at your fellow collectors. You can't. Because what a person is willing to spend money on and the value of it is that's just what it's going to be. They're going to spend their money however they see fit. But, you know, like I said, as far as one of the OG backers, here I am right here. I was the one who backed the Sentinel to get this joint started. You know what I'm saying? Me and many, many other collectors, we were the ones that just jumped headfirst in. You know what I'm saying? It was a gamble, and we took a chance. We took a chance, and we said, let's just see what happens. You know what I mean? But like I said, back then, there was a lot of people that was on the fence. I remember. People were like, man, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable giving Hasbro $350 and waiting for a whole year. That's asinine. That's ridiculous. Now, I ain't even talking about the Star Wars. I ain't talking about the Cookie Monster. I ain't talking about the Ghostbusters. I'm just talking about the Marvel Legends backers. You know what I'm saying? We were all in 110% in backing that first project, which was the Haslab Sentinel. You know what I'm saying? And fast forward to today, here we are, you know what I'm saying, with the Giant Man after the failure of the Engine of Vengeance. And I don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, they only got a few days left. But, you know what I'm saying, they said it may get increased dramatically towards the end. And, you know, I hope it does. I hope whoever wants the Giant Man gonna get the Giant Man. But like I said in the beginning of this video, you can't get mad at your fellow collectors who is in this with you. You know what I'm saying? Buying these products, you know what I'm saying, for a price that they're willing to spend. But Hasbro got to remember one thing. And I don't know if anybody even thinking about this, but Hasbro got to remember one thing. They do price increases. And when they do price increases, it affects every collector that collects Marvel Legends. And if they need proof to try to figure out why nobody backing it, or, you know, people want to put that spin, people just being negative, people just being so toxic. Well, just take a look at Ollie's. All right? Look at Ollie's. What does that show you? If they were talking about saving the planet and saving plastic, that's a lot of plastic that's going to end up in the landfill. You know what I'm saying? If they need to figure out, well, why nobody backing it? Where's all the money? There's your money. There's your money right there, sitting on an Ollie shelf for discount. So I don't want to hear people sit there and say toxic or people just beating up on Hasbro. No, Hasbro's beating up on themselves with these overproduced lemons of an action figure. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did they think? They thought people were going to buy these MCU figures and they just wasted many production costs on something that just hung out on the shelf too long. I mean, you got to look at Target too. Target clearance those out. So, you know, it baffles my mind to sit there and see Hasbro trying to figure out why this project, this Giant Man ain't getting backed. You know what I'm saying? Like, all they got to do is go to Ollie's. Go visit Ollie's. Go see what's in there. Because I'm going to tell you something. If people ain't buy those figures, what makes you think they're going to put up $200 to buy this figure now? But Hasbro is a failure by its own design with certain business practices that they've been doing. And you can't blame your fellow collectors for not backing it. And that's my take on it. Tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in another video in the future.